Good morning, my name is Alvin Lowy Long, mission number 79302. So, me and my group will be presenting the Safe and Sustainable Food Choice. Below are our group members, which include Charlotte, Lai Jiahun, Kelly Chan, and Diana Law Sini. To start off today's presentation, we will be introducing our quality life choices. In the introduction part, we will be including its fishing techniques, price, sustainability of food source, preparation method, and finally, its dishes. Hello, my name is Alvin Lowy Long, mission number 79302. So I will be introducing razor clam. Razor clam is an aquatic organism which derived from the shell animal tree, and people in Malaysia know this organism as ambao, while scientists gave name to this organism as Siliqua patu. This organism comes from the bivalve mollusk, which gathers food via its retractable foot that is able to produce from its shell to dig the surrounding sediments, and it also has the ability to move and also to bury under the sand. Next, it is fishing techniques. There is a total of two fishing methods used to catch razor clam, different from fishing techniques for catching marine organism. As razor clam lives on the shore, and it is also easy to spot whether razor clam living on the shore as long as there are holes in the shores. And for its first technique, which is digging, digging requires the use of tools of shovel to dig up the razor clam. First, we have to place the shovel above the hole, then use our body weight to push the shovel vertically into the sand using our foot. Then, once the sand has been dug up, we can use our hand to catch the razor clam. Another method is using salt. First, we have to pour a generous amount of salt into the hole. Then the razor clam will crawl out of the hole automatically. And if it doesn't move out, then we can pour some water into the hole so that the razor clam can come up. As for its safeness and sustainable food source, it is a good food source as it is rich in vitamin B12, iron, and phosphorus, and it is safe to eat as long as it is cooked right. However, it is not a sustainable food source as it contains dominant acid toxin, which can somehow cause death or even cause our immunity to deteriorate. So it is best that this food should not consume daily, but periodly. As for its price, it ranges from 15 ringgit to 20 ringgit per kg, and the price may vary depending on its availability on the market. As for its preparation methods, the first step we have to use the scissor to cut open its siphon and let the body to lie flat. Then we have to slate its digger and clear out its intestine. By clearing out the intestine using the water, then the razor clam is safe to be cooked. As for your dishes for preparing the razor clam includes razor clam curry and also omelette razor clam. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Charlotte. The sea species that I cover is stingrays. As you can see from the slide, the stingray scientific name is Maloi batoidae, and in Malaysia we call it as ikan pari. The second slide is about a fishing technique for the stingray. First one is netting technique. Netting technique can be divided into four, which is drill net, seines, surrounding, and shore. The second technique is casting technique. Casting technique can be divided into two, which is bait casting and surf casting. The third slide is about the safeness and the sustainable food sources in stingray. So stingray is safe to eat. Stingray can be long-term food resources for human. Stingray bring nutrition to human body, for example, proteins, omega-3 fatty acids. The unsafeness of stingray is the stingray stings is danger to humans. The toxic may cause vomitings, low blood pressure, syncops, and convulsions. Stingray used to be priced at 6 to 8 ringgit per kilo, but now it become more expensive. It's around 22 to 36 ringgit in West Malaysia and 24 to 30 ringgit in East Malaysia. In addition, the price also depending on the grades, which is grade A, grade B, and grade C. The preparation method for stingray is the first step, remove stingray's poisonous blood. The second step is to clean up the stingray skin. Third, fill the stingrays at center of the wing while it's flat. Cut the both sides of the wings. Then also cut the stingrays into small pieces. Lastly, the stingray is ready for cook. If you guys still wondering how to prepare a stingray, you may watch the video in the right hand side. Stingray can be cooked in many ways, but I have selected three, which are the most common cooking methods for Malaysians. The first one is asam pedas ikan pari. The second one, ikan pari bakar sambal. And the third one is ikan pari masak sayur asin. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kelly Chan and my metric number is 84217. And today I'm going to present to you guys about the threadfin bream. It has a local name called Ikan kerisit and its scientific name is Nemipterus species. Ikan kerisit is familiar with its red color and yellow stripe on its body. Next is fishing and catching technique. There are four fishing and catching techniques, which are fishing with bait, purse, sand, drift net, and also trolling. Among these four fishing and catching techniques, purse, sand, drift nets, and also trolling is more to industrial fishing. The local price of ikan kerisit is around 15 ringgit Malaysia to 25 ringgit Malaysia per kilo. Next is safety and sustainability food source. Ikan curry is safe to eat when it is cooked well. When it is undercooked, it may contaminate with the chemical or some parasites. So we need to make sure it is cooked well. So ikan curry is considered as inexpensive fish in the fish market. So it is high demand. In managing and maintaining the fish sustainability is become more difficult over the time. For the preparation method, it is suggested to stir fry and also steam. Stir fry makes the fish skin become golden and yellow in color. For the steamed fish, this method bring out the freshness of the fish meat. So that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Ledger Hun. The aquatic organism that I choose is oyster. The scientific name for the oyster is Ostridae, and its local name is Tiram. For the fishing techniques, there are two fishing techniques that people can use to get the oyster. First is dragging, and the second one is the oyster farming, which is an agriculture practice. For the safeness and sustainable food sources, the oyster is a safety and sustainable food sources because it helps improve the environment by filtering the water and provide habitats to the aquatic species. It also provides various nutrients such as vitamin D, vitamin B12, calcium, and magnesium. For the price for the oyster is 24 ringgit per kilogram and 15 ringgit per 400 gram. For the preparation method, first we need to brush the shell in the running water until there is no dirt remaining. Next, wrap it with a cloth, then place it so that the hinge faces. Make a tiny hole in the hinge and stick the knife in the hole and twist it until the shell pop up. And last, cut the muscle lining the top shell and the oyster is ready to be served. The oyster can be served in many ways, and these are some of the examples, which are the grilled oyster and the oyster omelette.
Good day to Dr. Rosalia and my fellow friends. My name is Diana Loshini with metric number 74609. And now I'm going to explain the aquatic organism that I've chosen, which is tiger prawn. It is scientifically known as Penaus monodon. They're also known as black or giant tiger prawns by the locals. And in Malay, we call them as udang harimau. We can distinguish this type of prawn by recognizing their black and white tail banding. There are two catching techniques to capture the prawns, which include trolling and gill netting. Trolling is a method where the net is dragged along the bottom or at the specific depth, while the net for gill netting is held in place by floats on the top and weights on the bottom. Regarding the safety in consuming prawns, the use of antibiotics in prawn farming practices has become one of the concerns nowadays. According to Consumers Association of Penang, the US government rejected Malaysian prawns, where the prawns were primarily sourced from aquaculture farms in Penang, 2016, due to the detections of nitrofurantoin and chloramphenicol. Out of 138 shrimp samples collected, there are 45 samples show positive result for residue of both antibiotics. The combinations of two antibiotics mentioned heightens the risk of nerve damage. However, people can still consume the prawns after cooking and heating process instead of consuming them raw. The price for the tiger prawn is expected to be 58.75 ringgit Malaysian per kg. For the preparation method, it involves two steps, which is the first one is wash the prawn with cold water to maintain the texture and get rid of the foul smell. And the second one would be remove the prawn's vein, the greenish and yellowish veins, by using a knife and making a slit around the prawn curve. So the prawn dishes that I would suggest is butter prawn. That's all from me. Thank you.
So now we'll be moving on to the reflection part.
Nowadays, the fishermen are overfishing to fulfill the human's demands on the sea species. So here's the effects of overfishing. Overfishing may generate an imbalance that may have damaged the food chain of the result in the extinctions of the other significant marine organisms. In addition, overfishing also committed a decrease in food and the economies. Overfishing reduces the sea species. When the sea species disappears, millions of people who rely on fish industry might lost their job.
Hello, my name is Alvin. So another fishing technique that is found to be illegal is electrofishing. Electrofishing is a technique where the fisherman will use a generator on a boat to connect it with an electro rod, then drag the electro rod along the river or in the sea. As it drags, it will send out an electric shock to the water and will stun all nearby marine life. A lot of fishmongers prefer to use this method because it is very easy to catch fish and also raise the clam, as it helps to save time and money. But the side effect of this technique is that it will able to stun and kill all nearby marine life, which would affect the ecosystem.